Yes, you.
I'm Steve.
You. Steve. And you, sir.
Are you taking video right now?
Yes, I am.
I'm watching the TV. Sean Connery's on it.
Sean Connery.
Yeah.
So you're Sean Connery. You kind of look like him. Your name, sir?
My name is David Kenzer.
Everyone
David
has to do this
Kenzer.
whole interview in their Sean Connery voice. Barb, you're next.
And I must just say, hello, Jolly.
Welcome to Game Loft.
On Thursday nights, he's Dolly.
And you, sir?
Hey, how you doing? I'm Brian Jelke.
Brian, pleased to meet you. And you lovely lady?
I'm Barbara Blackburn.
Barbara. And over here, your name, sir?
Is that thing on?
It doesn't look on. There's no light on or anything.
I don't see anything on. Okay, you know what you're doing? Okay. Hi, I'm Ken Whitman.
Hi, Ken. Thank you for inviting me here.
I invited you?
Who invited him?
Invited him. Oops. Dolly.
Wrong.
Got it.
Wrong.
He was out in the street.
Wrong. Shed attic.
How did he get here?
How many sheds have an attic?
It was cold.
This one didn't used to.
This is not
This is an amazing little. It's a game loft. Excuse me. An amazing. And what have we here? Awards aplenty. Do you? Well, let me start from left to right. What's your favorite character out of the Knights of the Dinner Table?
Oh,
Do you have a favorite character?
Steve-o.
Steve?
Steve is a character based on Steve Johansson, so he has a lot of fun with that, as do we all.
I suspected. And yourself?
You know, you love them all, each in their own way. I think I love Dave Boswell because he just reminds me of some people I used to play with, who are kind of in it for the social aspects, you know, and hanging around with friends, which is kind of why I think I keep doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I like Bob. Bob's awesome. It's not just that we have the same hairstylist. I think I think he's just the funniest character. He's kind of the George Costanza of the group. He's got a short temper, and nothing ever seems to cut his way. Many times I've tried to put storylines in where Bob ended up being the guy that was really successful and came out awesome, and it never seems to work. And probably just not funny unless Bob's coming out in a bad way. So, you know, I like Bob.
So you're the one that writes the stories?
No. Jolly probably does the bulk of that. You know, particularly in the early days, the first 40, 50 issues, we spent an awful lot of time working together. But I'd say lately, Jolly's definitely carrying the water along that. But I am a writer, if you want to be technical.
Hmm? Yeah, I knew you all participated.
We've all written Knights of the Dinner Table stories over the years.
And you, Barbara?
Yes.
Your favorite character?
Sarah.
Sarah.
The conscience of the group.
Yes. I just relate to her.
You have
I like her.
an affinity for her.
I want to be more like her. Yeah.
Jolly based Sarah on Barb. Allegedly, that's how she used to play in high school or college.
When we first started playing, I was just, so amazed at this whole concept of role playing, and I was always wanting to talk to everything, like, all the NPCs. I was like, it felt like exploring. I don't know. It just was like.
Barb's always been the sucker for the NPC, the sympathy story, and she still is. To this day, I can still push her buttons and pretty much manipulate the group by getting her to.
She seems like the most violent one when we play. She's just chopping everything up all the time, never talks anything, and I don't see the similarities.
Well, because it's a different group.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not very assertive.
Yeah, there's two different dynamics with Type A personality. She kind of takes a back seat and kind of just goes with the group, and if it's a different group, then she's a little more assertive and doing her things. But that's what makes it fun.
Very cool. What about you, Jolly? Do you have a favorite character?
Yeah, for years it was BA. Or it still is. I like BA. It kind of sums up the whole thing for me, KODT. But lately it's been Crutch. which is he's kind of like the ex-convict that's turned gamer. I don't know why, but he's just become more and more, you know,
Endearing.
endearing. Exactly. I've had a lot of fun just rolling with that character.
And without question, when Jolly Game Masters, he's BA. It's like at least when we're playing, it's kind yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. So after your time in Sing Sing, you've gotten affinity for that character now.
I think it's just that he's different, and he's challenging to write for, and he thinks differently. So it's kind of fun just to step outside BA, who's more like me. And
Crutch wasn't really born a gamer like the other characters.
Yeah, he was an accidental character.
Yeah.
From the was never meant to be a center stage.
Right.
I think that's what makes him fun.
Very cool. So, how did the concept of taking the game that they were playing and turning that into a role-playing game evolve into the actual game? What inspired you to the madness of turning these characters?
Originally, it was just the readers. Early on, the readers were just reading these characters that had this game they were enthusiastic about. And they were just writing, like, we want to do this game. Hey, why don't you do Hackmaster? Why don't you do Hackmaster? And I wanted to do it right away. As a matter of fact, before I joined up with Dave, I had a guy writing Hackmaster who didn't come through on it, thank God. And Dave was always the guy like, let's hold off. We can grab that ring another day. It's just not the right timing. And he was right in the long run. So it would have been just a joke one-off game if I had my way originally. So.
I think we're all inspired in a big way by Gary Gygax too.
Oh, yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons. You know,
Absolutely.
if you ever met him at a con and talked to him, he kind of taught you that you can do your own thing. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah, amazing man.
Yeah.
So, you wanted to do it originally?
Well,
Was there any?
Theory was kind of took on a life of its own.
Right.
It was never planned, so you're just trying to catch fire. It's like people are like, "Hey, we want this game with this game." I'm thinking, "Hey, here's a product you can knock out." And this was before I joined up with Kenzer. So I was just thinking, let's just do this joke game and see what happens. And by the time we got involved, that kind of got on the back burner. And as KODT took off and things evolved,
We said, let's make it a real game.
Yeah,
Why does it have
let's
to be
just-
a joke
yeah.
game? You know.
Yeah, that when it first came out, I was thinking it was a joke game, but then it's like, no, this is a real system.
it was supposed to be a joke game. I mean, if some people had their way, but we were kind of let's do the real thing.
It depends what kind of gaming group you have. It can be as silly and funny as you want it to be, or it can be a regular, serious, fantasy role-playing game.
Right,
Kind
exactly.
of like any role playing game.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. Exactly.
Well, I always thought, that the characters in KODT took that game very seriously.
Yep.
And it wasn't a joke game to them, and the funny part was they were the funny part, not
That's
the
part of the
game.
humor is how seriously
Yes.
gamers take their
Right.
games.
Absolutely.
And so that always thought the Hackmaster should be more serious because, it should be the cool game that they love to play.
Yeah, the humor comes from the people you're playing with and having a good time. It's not really necessarily the game itself. It's written into it, I guess.
Absolutely.
Yeah,